to the vlog. I hope you've all had a lovely week. Thank you so much for all the brilliant comments on our new fabric arrivals vlog from last week. I know there is so much fabric goodness at the moment. Sorry, by the way, I've got a really croaky throat. I'm filming this on Sunday in the studio because I've just done a baby shower. So a really lovely group of ladies who'd known each other since they were at school together, and they did an alternate baby shower for one of them. And I've been talking a lot, and I was also in all day yesterday and all week, so my throat is a little bit croaky. We've had so much going on in the studio this week. So we've had Gillian finished up teaching her trouser fitting course. We had Lucy in doing paper cutting, more on that in a minute. And we also had Layla in yesterday teaching her shirt making masterclass. It's been a really busy week at the studio, which is fab. I love it when there are so many people in, and it's just great having that like crafty sewing buzz with people. I also had a meeting with a new teacher this week too, someone who's going to come and teach some craft classes at the shop. So yeah, it's been fab but full on, and next week is half term for a lot of us here, so every day from tomorrow I'm teaching 6 8-year-olds or 8+, so they're normally between like 8 and 11, every day how to sew. So we have things like tote bags, cushions, buttoned pouches, bunting, things like that, which I really enjoy, but it's definitely a full-on week. But I'm very excited because I've got next weekend off, so that's brilliant. And the weather has been so up and down lately. This morning when I was teaching the baby shower, it was like so sunny, the room was glowing, and then we're just in the middle of a hailstorm. So I hope that the light is okay for you all, guys. So today I'm going to show you my my plans for the next week or so, and a couple of other bits that have been going on in the studio. So I'll start with what I'm wearing, and this is the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes pattern, which you're all probably very familiar with. Really simple jersey top pattern. I've made it out of our Acqua de Rose Boho fabric, which is an art gallery fabric, and I've turned it into a dress. So sorry, I think you can hear the printer. And I will show you what I've done. So if I step backwards, ta-da! I love this so much. I can't tell you how much I love this. This is probably one of my favourite things I've made for ages. So it's the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes top, as I said, which is just as normal. I've I don't think you can see, but I've stabilised the shoulder seams with a bit of ribbon just so that they stay in shape. And then, if you can see here, I've cut the top pattern so that it came to just below my natural waist, so a centimetre and a half below, so that I had a nice seam allowance in there. And then I have just done a pleated skirt. So I've seen this hack done quite a few times by people that then put a gathered skirt on. But I think I've told you before, I'm not keen on gathers. They're not the most flattering for my shape. So I thought I would do pleats, and hopefully you can see I've just done some deep inverted box pleats because they are my favourite. Similar to what I did on the Avid Seamstress Day dress a little while ago. Let me put my seat back so you can see. So to do the skirt, it was really simple. In fact, it should have been even simpler than I made it, because you literally just take one rectangle and then add your pleats in. So you work out what the difference of the size of your bodice piece is and your skirt, and you divide it equally by 4 and put your pleats in by that amount. So say you had a bodice piece that was, when it was laying flat, it was, I don't know, 20 inches. That'll probably be too much, but 20 inches, and then your rectangle was 60 inches. You know that you need to take out 40 inches, and you're going to divide them by these are ridiculous amounts, because you're never going that probably wouldn't work, but it's just easy because it's been a long week. Maths isn't my strong point. So bodice piece, 20 inches, skirt piece 60 inches, you need to take out 40 inches. So each of your pleats would have to be 10 inches wide, and you would, because you obviously fold your pleat in half, they would be 5 inches either side. Like I say, that's not going to happen because that would be, your pleats would be absolutely huge, and your piece of fabric probably wouldn't be that big. But you get the general idea. If you want me to explain it in more detail, then let me know, and maybe I can do a blog post to make it easier. Although I think I'll probably just link through to the Avid Seamstress blog post that I linked to when I did the day dress with pleats, because it's exactly the same principle. It's just obviously using a jersey fabric. And as I say, I stabilised the neckline with, with the shoulder seams with a piece of ribbon in each shoulder seam, and that just stops it when you're wearing it and it's been washed a few times. It just stops it from stretching out of shape. But I didn't do anything on the waist seam. I was going to put some clear elastic in, but I hate clear elastic. I didn't want to put ribbon in because obviously I want some movement because I need to get it over my head and get it on. And actually this fabric is Art Gallery. It's such amazing quality. I think it's 95% cotton, and I'm not really worried about it kind of stretching out of shape. It's so nice. I have top stitched the, let me just see if I can get you to see that. So the sleeves I just turn and stitch with a double needle, and I've done green in the top and pink in the bottom, just to kind of blend in nicely with the rest of the fabric because it's so colourful. And I can't really show you on my hem, but I've done exactly the same thing. So folded it over, double needle with the two colours. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I'll show you one more time so you can see. It was a really quick make. The reason I said it could have been even quicker was because I could have done it all on one rectangle, but then it was quite late at night, and when I did my pleats, as you probably already gathered, maths not being my favourite thing to do, I still had loads and loads of excess in at the skirt piece. So what I actually did was then just ran the overlocker down either side. So I've ended up with two side seams, even though I was intending just to have one centre back seam. But I think because the print is so busy, I don't think you really notice that there's a centre back seam and the side seams. And actually, I quite like the shape because what I did when I did run it down the sides and chop off a load of the excess, I did curve it in a little bit more at the waist, at the hip, just to give it a more sort of, I suppose a bit more of a tulipy shape than just the straight up and down rectangle. But I love it so much. This fabric is so gorgeous. It makes me smile every time I wear it. If you've been following me on Instagram, then you'll know I've probably worn it about 3 times since I made it, and it took me from cutting it out and sewing the whole thing up, well, I cut it out separately, but sewing the whole thing up, it's like 2 hours on the overlocker, and it wouldn't even have taken me that long if I hadn't messed up my maths and got my skirt pieces wrong. So really recommend that. The Tilly pattern is, the Agnes pattern is such a versatile pattern. I'm thinking about another hack that I'm going to do in a couple of weeks actually, but I'll talk to you about that then. So plans wise, I have sort of got my Sojo back now. I think I was talking last week or the week before about how it's been really difficult because I just haven't had very much time. But I think it's like anything, as soon as you start again, and now I've started and made this and I love it, and you get that feeling when you wear a new dress that, you know, it's addictive. So I have cut out something else, which I said I was going to do. I haven't had a chance to sew it up yet, sorry, it's down here. But I am sewing the Sew Over It heather dress in our amazing, where is it? In our amazing Sophia textured Ponte in the purple, which I love. So I'm going to get that, it's all cut out, ready to go, and it shouldn't take too long. Sorry for the rustling, I'll pop it back in the bag. It shouldn't take too long for me to sew up. So I'm going to get that done this week so I can show you next week. And there is something else that I want to get sewn up this week, which I know is a little bit ambitious because with the Children's Sewing Bee Club, but I'm hoping that sewing myself will help me relax this week. We've just got a load of new patterns in, and one of them is the Closet Case Kalle shirt. If I show you that, you may well have seen it, it's been really popular. Layla, who was in on Saturday teaching the shirt masterclass, she was wearing one of these and I loved it. And in fact, 2 of the ladies on the class also loved it so much they bought the pattern. So I really should sew up a sample. She was wearing one in like a soft wash denim, and it just looks so lovely. The reason that I'd kind of not really looked at this pattern is obviously the shirt and the dress to some extent. They've got the high-low hem. Sorry guys, the camera battery just went, which I knew was going to happen, and I should have just changed it when I started, but I was kind of playing a bit of a game thinking if I talked really fast maybe I could beat it, but no such luck. So yeah, I was talking about the Kalle pattern and how much I loved seeing Layla's version. And her version, she'd lengthened at the front and made the split at the side a lot less pronounced, and I really like that, and obviously that's the joy of sewing. And I think what she'd done a combination of, you can see now I'll just put my lipstick on that, but don't worry because this is the pattern I'm going to use. I won't send it to any of you guys. There's the shirt version, the really short top version. There's the kind of like tunic version, which is view B, and it's got a half button placket. And then there is the dress version with a full button placket and a pocket. And Layla had done the dress version, but with a half button placket. And I think that's what I'm gonna do because it's such a loose fit style, you don't actually need the full button placket. And whilst it looks really nice, I haven't got time for that, so I'm going to make this. There is a sleeve expansion pack so that you can make it long sleeved with a proper shirt cuff, but I don't know if I'm going to do that either because the fabric I'm going to use is this beauty. Ta-da! This is our See You at 6, oh, it's upside down. Our See You at 6 Rayon, the beautiful, beautiful navy dandelions. This is so soft and so beautiful. A lot of you will remember that we have had this in a couple of times. We had it when we first opened the shop. God, I can't stop touching it because it just feels so beautiful and it's such a lovely colour. We had it when we first opened the shop. It then went completely out, and See You at 6 were also out of stock, and they announced at the end of last year that they were going to do a reprint on it, so we got lots and lots and lots of it in for you guys on pre-order, and that was it. However, I have kept, well, they've sent me a new belt because of a couple of reasons, but they've sent me a new belt, so I've kept this back for the last week or so, knowing that I was going to pop it in the video, but I have still got some myself from when we originally opened the shop, and I haven't been able to make anything out of it because obviously I haven't had any to put online at the right time for you guys, but there is a very, very small amount that is going to be online when this vlog goes out. So I am going to make my Kalle shirt out of this because I think it is beautiful. I was thinking of making a Q dress out of this, but I know that I'm really limited for time, and also the Q dress is absolutely beautiful. The Nina Lee Q dress, I'll pop a picture up here. One of our most popular patterns at the moment. And Samantha, I think I mentioned it in the last vlog, Samantha Sew by the Seaside, who blogs for us, she did a beautiful version of our Tales of the Orient crepe. But it's quite a dressy dress, I suppose, and I don't really have anywhere that I'm going that's particularly dressy at the moment, and also I just want to wear this fabric all the time, so I thought if I made a more relaxed pattern like the Kalle, then I would get to wear it more often. So that is my plan. I'm hoping that I can get the heather dress and the Kalle sewn up before the next vlog. Wish me luck. We shall see how that goes. I'm not making any promises, but I really, really want to get it done. The other thing I just wanted to chat to you about before I go, I mentioned about the craft classes that we're doing at the studio, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about those maybe in a couple of weeks time. But we did do a brilliant paper cutting class in the studio this week. So we have an amazing teacher. She's called Lucy. She runs a company called Lucy Dorothy, and she teaches our free motion embroidery, which again, if you follow us on Instagram, you will know is one of our most popular classes. And she also teaches paper cutting, and as well as teaching the classes, if you can't come to one of our classes, we've also just started stocking these paper cutting kits. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I find, especially at the moment where I've kind of been lacking a little bit in my sojo and my sewing motivation, sometimes it's really, really helpful to do something completely different. So still quite crafty and hands-on, but just not sewing, because it helps you kind of take a break from it and enjoy the art of craft. I, especially because obviously working with sewing, or in sewing, however you want to put it, find that it kind of takes over my brain. And actually just having a little bit of time to focus on something else. I know a lot of people will have sort of a couple of different hobbies, but for me, sewing is it. And the ladies in the paper cutting class, can't get my words out today, I've been talking way too much, made such amazing things that, yeah, we've started stocking these kits. I'm going to pop a picture up of what you can make from these kits. So there are, in the kits, there is obviously a cutting mat, because you don't want to be cutting on your nice tables. There is a handle for your knife, and there's 3 spare blades. There's the cutting mat, there's a load of tuition notes to tell you how to do it, and there are some practice sheets, as well as the 10 paper cutting templates. I'll show you those there, but those are the ones that I've just put the picture up of, the really, really beautiful ones. So I'm taking one of these home because I want to give it a try and see if it just helps me kind of, I don't know, I suppose just freshen up my mind, ready to come back to sewing. So I'm aiming to do at least one of these this week, and I'll show you how I get on with it, because I've never done paper cutting, but watching the ladies do the class the other day was so inspiring. They all did different templates. In fact, I think quite a few of them did 2 or 3 in the class, and I just love them. And you can put them on cards, you can frame them, and I've just done the frame wall in the shop, so I think I would really, really love one to put up there. So yeah, and if you can't get to one of my classes, you can buy these kits on our website now as well. So I'll let you know how I get on. Although I love sewing, and I'd like to think I'm relatively good at it, I'm not a naturally creative person. My mum and my sister are brilliant at art and drawing and can create the most amazing things. I'm not creative, and in fact, until I got back into sewing about 5 or 6 years ago, I really thought that the creative gene had passed me by. So I will let you know how it goes. Also, really quickly, I just wanted to let you know that there is a new blog post, well, there are a couple of new blog posts up on the Sewisfaction blog. So Maddie has been talking about a chunky cardigan that she's knitted. I'll pop a picture in here. And Amanda has made one of our new stock patterns, which is the Colette Laurel in our Rio crepe, and again I'll pop a picture up here so that you can see that, because that's one of the classes that we're going to be adding as well. But they're both gorgeous, gorgeous makes, so if you're interested I will link those down below so that you can see those. Wish me luck this week, guys. I'm going to go home and have a gin, might sew up my heather dress, and then all week this week I'll be with the littlies teaching them how to sew. So think of me, and I will see you again next week. If you've liked the video, do give us a thumbs up. Please do subscribe so that you don't miss my next video, and I will see you again really soon. Take care, guys. Have a great week. Bye.